There was this one time, it was in the middle of the night. I was going to the washroom to either use the restroom or to get some water. I can't remember which of the two, but anyway, I remember it was dark, it was in the middle of the night, and I'm making my way to the restroom. And then there seems to be like this real tall, 6 foot something older guy just standing like right here, like right here. And I'm standing here, right, and he's standing right there. Now, I can't really see the guy, but I know he's there, and he's like tall and something. And I'm kind of like taken back by, I can't remember if his arms was to his side like this or if he had them folded up, but I remember he was pretty tall, and he seemed to be an older guy. But here's the thing, even though I knew that he was a ghost, I wasn't scared of him and he wasn't scared of me. In fact, we had like, I don't know, maybe like this mutual respect, whereas, you know, in a way he was like, you know, after you, and I'm like, you know, after you, you know. And it's strange. It was kind of like a mutual respect type of thing. Now, the thing is that after that time, you know, that was pretty much the only time I had a actual ghostly encounter. Now, the thing is, I'm glad that it went the way it did, you know, because it could have been like, you know, we could have still been standing there, you know, I'm after you and he after you. No, I insist. No, I insist. No, you go ahead. No, you go ahead. And then be like, don't make me force you. And then I'll be standing there like, you know what? I don't have to go to the washroom anymore. Yeah, I know. It's disgusting. But I find that there's people in my family and the community, they have this ability to see ghosts and spirits. I believe what they call it is that when a person is born with a veil over their face, that means they have the gift of seeing ghosts and spirits. That is, if you want to call it a gift. You know, now if somebody was asking me, do you have that gift? No. No, I do not have that gift. I know there's a lot of things that run in our family. You know, there's asthma, there's high blood pressure, there's diabetes. I would take all three than to have that one. In fact, not only would I take the three, I would actually pay $200 in cash, and plus the three instead of taking the gift. But there are some who have that ability, they have the gift, you know, and of course I, you know a few people, you know. One guy, he was telling me that he was in the basement of a friend, and the thing is that, and here's the thing, it was about 5 of them, you know. He was playing the guitar, another guy was playing the guitar. They had a third guy on the mic, fourth guy was playing the drums, and the fifth guy was on the keyboard. Now, here's the thing, they was in the basement of one of their friends' house, and they was just, you know, practicing, you know, doing their band thing and all. And then suddenly, and this is how he described it, he just described, whereas they all heard the door creeping open, you know. And, you know, this is what he told me, they all turned their heads slowly towards the door. And suddenly, this little short, red man with these bloodshot eyes just come walking in there, walking towards them. Now, remember, these are grown men. All of them, grown men, big, 200 pounds, 6 foot tall, whatever, grown men. Running out of there. Nearly broke their necks. I think one of them may have sprained his ankle or something. I'm not sure. I think a couple of them got hurt, but they couldn't get out of that basement fast enough. And it was like, well, what was that thing? Where'd it go? And then that's the funny thing about it is that it wasn't just the guy with the gift. It was all of them. They all seen the same thing. And they of course, they refused to go back down there. I don't know about the guy that actually lived in the house, who stays in that house, because they were all staying with a friend. And from what I heard, they didn't go back. I don't know about the guy that lives there. He probably locked up the basement or something. I don't know. But they were saying that there was a guy that used to be down there in the basement. And he committed suicide or something, and apparently he's still walking around. You know, go figure. You know, but that sounds like one of them. Just something that can happen in pretty much any neighborhood. Now, something that's much more ghetto that hits close to home. There was an incident over there, about around Halsted. Used to be the Halsted Street used to be a basketball court. Basketball court used to be full. You know, certain days, probably like on a Friday, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, something like that. Even on Saturdays, it's always crowded. Guys in the neighborhood get together, put their money together, and they bet on which team to win. You know, just a little neighborhood basketball. They put a lot of money on and stuff like that. But, you know, that was a lot of years ago. Since then, you know, the court is gone. I think the Ram is still there. Some guy named Kenneth Kevin or something, he got a mural on that brick wall over there, you know, rest in peace. You know, right now it's pretty much a parking lot. So, you know, there's no room to play any basketball. There's no net. I think the board is still up there. That's about it. But now here's the thing, you know, a friend of mine's living in one of the buildings not very close to that, where that court is by the alley. And they was complaining that they heard somebody outside playing basketball. You know, you can hear somebody drill, boom, 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 and they're hitting the backboard, and boom, 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 boom. You can hear the net, nothing but net, boom, boom. You know, dribbling. It's like, man, who's playing basketball? And then this will be in the middle of the night, so it's like, who's playing basketball at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and what have you? And then here's the thing: it's a parking lot now, so there's really no room to play basketball. How are you gonna play basketball, Carter? And then there's no net. All it is just the backboard. You know, and then somebody actually went out there. I don't know. I think it might have been his sister, so my friend's sister. She was coming home from a party. I forgot how that went, but she saw what appeared this 6 foot tall guy. Looked like, and she described it, and he was just as real as you and me. But the only thing is that he didn't have a head. There was no head, nothing, no head. He had the whole body, you know, arms, legs, everything. You know, wearing shorts and a jersey, but no head. It's like a headless basketball player out there playing basketball. And she just screamed and ran in the house and crying and fussing and carrying on and shaking and can't go to sleep or nothing. It was like, man, you actually, are you sure you saw what you say you saw? And it's like, well, who's out there playing basketball? And it's like, that is a good question. Somebody out there playing basketball and they hitting net and scoring points, but we don't know who it is. And that's when my friend's grandma was like, oh, it must be a ghost. It's gotta be a ghost. And it's like, ooh. And she's telling her grandson, you know, go on out there and take care of him. I know you got the eye. You got the eye. You got the gift. You can go out there and get rid of him. It was like, you know, we look like, you can get rid of that thing. And then his grandma was like, now baby, all you have to do is remember everything I taught you and you'll do just fine. And he turned around, looked at me, he's like, I don't know anything. Like, I don't know nothing. What is she talking? I don't know anything. His mind just went blank. Blank. Blank, blank. Blank, 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 blank. Like a teacher that puts a test in front of you after trying to study and you turn over, get ready to do a test, your mind just go completely blank. That kind of blank. You talking about suffering the worst type of amnesia you ever had in your entire life. I mean, just mind just gone, just completely forget everything. And I was like, well, wait a minute, why can't your grandma go out there and like, she's too old. And she talking about passing on this torch on to the next generation, which just so happens to be him. And I'm like, ooh. I was like, okay, well, wait a minute, how is it that this phantom basketball player is out there playing now? I mean, actually the story goes that Kenneth Kevin, he playing basketball, you know, they gamble on them games a lot, and apparently he owes somebody a whole lot of money, and you know, whoever he owed a lot of money to came by and pretty much blew his head off. Either they blew it off or they cut it off or something. Something happened. They couldn't find the head, but they, you know, they buried his body, but they couldn't find the head. So it's a headless basketball player. And we're trying to figure out, okay, what's the best way to get rid of a ghost? And it's like, okay, well, you got to find the body and you have to burn it. It was like, oh, okay, that's what you do? Okay, because funny thing about it is that I actually seen that television show myself. I know, I've seen Supernatural. I watched the show. I know that, I mean, come on now, this is TV. We talking about real life here. Okay. But, you know, hey, whatever works, works. So, I suppose we can do something. You know. Now, what happened, I think he tried to, whatever he tried didn't work. So grandmama, she went out there and then I believe she had got her pastor involved in, and I don't know, they anointed some people with oil, and then after that, everything was taken care of, you know. As far as I know, I'm glad it was over with. I didn't have anything to do with it, and I didn't want anything to do with it, you know. So that was that. But of course, there's always other stories. There's always other things, and yet, and this is a down south type of story right here. Matter of fact, there's a couple of down south stories. This one, whereas it's of course in the basement, is these three women. Two of them are white and one is black. And according to the story, actually sometimes the story varies. You know, one is white, one is black, and one is Asian. But in some cases, two women are white, one is blonde, one is brunette, and then you have a black woman. According to the story, or from what I've heard, because it varies different, these women were accused of witchcraft and burned at the stake. Now, the thing is that what happens is one of the white women, who just so happens to be the mother of the other white woman, she wanted to get revenge off of her cheating husband. And so she hired the black woman, who is just so happens to be a voodoo priest, to put a hex or curse on them for some reason, just to put a curse on them, you know, to get them killed, because she didn't want it to come back to her or something like that. The black woman, she didn't want to do it. She wanted to use her abilities for medicine and healing her people, but somehow the woman coerced her into doing something like that. And well, apparently they got caught, and they were, and the daughter, she died simply because she was just guilty by association, pretty much. And they was all, unfortunately, burned at the stake, and they died together. So now, here you have these three women, pretty much in this basement, where they're, from what I heard, that's where their bodies are buried, somewhere around that area. I don't know. It's kind of strange because if their bodies was burned, then how is they still? I don't know. I don't know. I've heard different stories. But anyway, these three women, they'll hunt the basement, hunt the guy. They would actually unwrap, especially gifts. You put food or gifts on the table, they just automatically start opening them up, unwrapping them. They seem to, it seems to be a certain time that they hunt, you know, from like 4 to 6 seems to be the best time that they, you know, move around and hunt people. You know, my friend, he was telling me about this story, and he was telling me that one time he was trying to sleep and stuff, and they just studied poking him. They study poking him, the women, they study poking him, and you know, he trying to fall asleep, and they study poking him. And then for some reason, he didn't say a word. He you know, he kind of woke up. He didn't say a word, didn't say anything, didn't hear it. He just reached over and turned the television on. And it was the news. And come to find out, that's what they wanted. They wanted him to turn the TV on, and he really didn't know what to do. He just reached over and turned the TV. That was just, I don't know, it's just his reaction. I was like, that's what they wanted. It's like, and you hear something like that, some weird things. You know, the ghosts, they couldn't turn on the TV themselves, so they poked him to try to get him to turn on. He turned it on. Now, why they want the TV on, I don't know. They want to see Tom Brokaw, and Stone Phillips, and Bill O'Reilly. Maybe not Bill O'Reilly. Maybe not him. But they wanted to watch the news and see what was going on. And another funny thing about it is that whenever those women go somewhere, they move around and stuff, they always take the black woman with them. Because according to my friend, he was saying that the black woman really don't want anything to do with the other women. So whenever they go somewhere, they have to go pick up the black woman and take her with them. Because they can't go without her, and she don't want to go with them, so they got to pick her up and take her with them. I thought that was just the strangest, weirdest thing I ever heard. I'm like, man, that's messed up. You know, you spend an eternity with the people you just loathe, in a way. It's like, ooh. So now here's, and I'm going to close with this, and I'm going to let you know that this is what I've been told, and I'm going to tell you guys about it. Now, whenever there's a chance that you probably see something at the corner of your eyes, and you have to think whether or not you actually saw something or was it a ghost or something, the answer is yes, you did see something, and no, you're not crazy. All right, I just want to say thank you for just listening and watching, and until next time, stay safe.